Is the time that if anybody would like to get up and talk about anything that's going on in the town, give their opinion, we allow 3 minutes for you to get up and make your presentation. We ask is that you give your name, so that Gail could put it in the record. Anyone want to make a statement or a comment? Ed?
Good evening. My name is Ed Whiter. I'm a resident of town of Hartford. And specifically, I just want to bring to the board's attention, back on October 3rd, I requested electronically the right to examine a record during normal business hours here at the town, within the town clerk's office. Specifically, I was I was interested in a copy of a check number 20121653 as entered on the Hartford Town General Receipt number 101555 dated September 4th, 2013. Signed by a Miss Carol E. Ryan, account clerk, in the amount of $7,115.08. I also asked for a copy of this deposit ticket used to record this monies and deposited allegedly into the town funds. Now, since October 3rd, I have asked for this. Pursuant to the New York State Freedom of Information Law, I have a right to access. However, the town supervisor has denied me this access, and I'll speak, Pat, you can, denied me this access during normal business hours. I find it interesting that as a town resident, it's been 20 days and either we have that deposit ticket upon which that $7,115 was made and deposited into a town account, or we don't. But to drag this on and tell this individual, meaning myself, that it's going to take 3 weeks because there's some confidentiality goes beyond the pale. I don't understand why it takes so long and this obfuscation that's being entertained. All I'm asking for is to come in during normal business hours, present that check with the deposit ticket and the bank statement together with the receipts, and everybody's happy.
First of all, Ed, I didn't refuse. Let's make that clear. If there's something that somebody has that they want to show me that's got my name on it that said I refuse to show you that, please show it to me, because I never refuse to show anybody anything. Second of all, I responded to Gail today with regards to your request because you're asking to see, at least from what I saw in the FOIL, actual original entry books. That being the key. Well, that's what I understand.
You've got a copy of my request, and it's very clear. I want to see the deposit ticket, and I want to see the bank statement. Very simple.
To me, that's original entry.
No, that's not original. It's a copy of it could be the original record,
okay, now
which you have access to.
If you wanted
right
a copy, then you should have stated a copy.
I said I wanted to see the record itself. Now,
right.
It doesn't take 20 days.
Well, Ed, I think we've responded to you. I think Pat sent you a letter indicating we're not denying your request. By statute, we're entitled to a reasonable amount of time to produce the documentation, and it will be produced. In fact, I'm hoping to be up there this week. You realize I'm a part-time, Pat's a part-time, and we didn't deny your request, and we haven't denied Kathy's request, and we will comply, Ed.
Mr. Cully, with all due respect,
Thank you.
that the check, based on, if you recall at September 11th, I believe Councilman Backman asked, was everything up
Yes.
to date, or words to that effect.
Yep.
So consequently, Mrs. Lawrence did ask, pursuant to her FOIL request, which was independent of
Absolutely.
mine, for a copy. And she received nothing. In fact, the town referred to a, what do they call it? The receipt signed by Miss Ryan as a deposit ticket.
Right.
That wasn't a deposit ticket.
Ed, I think they're electronically deposited. I had Carol get all the documentation. There is a check with a bank account number that I have to expunge. And as I indicated, I'm hoping by the end of the week I will be able to get up there, expunge what needs to be expunged, and we're going to give you the documents. I don't know what we're fighting over when we're saying, Ed, we'll give them to you. And by law, we have a reasonable time to provide them.
Once again,
you gave us a FOIL today with 29 different requests. You know how long that takes to respond to?
Mr. Cully, by all, let's not mix apples and oranges first. Let's go back to the check.
I just want you to know we have multiple FOILs, multiple FOIL appeals, and we are trying our best to deal with each and every one of them. And you know that we believe in transparency and open government. and you will be provided the documents.
Well,
I
Mr.
don't know
Cullen,
where there's an
I'm not
appeal when
certain
we're
that
saying
that's the
we'll give you
case
the
because
documents.
you're saying that you haven't denied me, but the law is very clear. It's called the constructive denial. I coordinate that with Mr. Freeman's office in Albany. So why aren't these
I
records
have a
being made
call into
available?
Mr. Freeman.
And I
as
have
you
it,
said.
and I made reference to my constructive denial. I cited the advisory opinion. So why is it taking so long? Either Hampton
Because-
Inns have produced this check, or we don't. And was it deposited within 10 days pursuant to general municipal law?
We
That's
will
all I'm
provide-
asking for.
Ed, we'll provide the documents to you.
And with regard to my other request, I believe you're talking about the statement of revenues and expenses, the accrued and cash basis. My understanding, and that Mr. Drymiller has these records, all you do is you just flip it, you click a button, and it's an output report. Within less than 3 minutes, it's available.
Okay.
And I don't understand why you say there's so
Well-
many foils out there.
We have,
You know-
you're well aware that we have numerous foils.
No, I'm not, to be honest with you. I'm only aware of my foils. I'm not
Well,
aware of
I've seen
anybody
you
else's.
copied on other people's foils. You don't get
Whose?
the copies?
What, Mrs. Lawrence?
Yes.
That's just one FOIL
No,
request.
no, but I see CC Ed Whiter.
Well, that's only one FOIL request.
I'm not gonna beat a dead horse. We'll give you the documents. It's
I would ask the
okay.
board, entertain this so we have it no later than tomorrow morning. That's all I'm asking the board, to exercise their right to due diligence.
Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Anyone else?